honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their star is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Very, very sad, and I will tell you guys the story. The former commissioner is in the house. Because of him, I was telling my guys that I was going to walk out of from here. Because I will tell you, because of him, his testimony, can you imagine? He went to court to testify against me. And his testimony is what the Supreme Court used to deny me. I spent over $1 million to run a campaign. This is a former commissioner that I supported with all. He came to my house and I supported him as commissioner. I was shocked sitting in court. He was the only person that testified. I do not live in district number 11. And that is why the Supreme Court denied me. Because he's here, sorry to disappoint you guys. Wicked men. This is a guy that I supported at all costs. And he supported my brother against me. And Lafayette grew. They took him to court. Took me to court. The only person. So, Rose, I'm sorry to say that I'm going to disappoint you. We'll do this another time. I always give. But that is why when the usher came and they wanted to bring me in front, I can't sit next to him. I've forgiven them. I've forgiven all of them. It doesn't matter. I've forgiven them. But I can't sit next to him. That is why I sat behind him. That is why I didn't come in front. But I will talk to Rose to hear about my donation to the church.
Amen. Please give attention. The altar of God is not the altar of confusion. Let's be very straight to the point. Hallelujah. There's not a political environment. In Jesus' name. You or somebody have issue, you can't bring it to the program today. It's not professional. It's not professional at all. 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 We don't do that. There's no sense of responsibility. In Jesus' name. No one donate to God. Never. That's why many are not blessed. No one donate to God. You are a blessing to the advancement of God's kingdom. You see, when we know this kind of foundation, we know how to maximize blessing from our season.
To put more pressure on the old man so that he can give up the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency. The presidency of this republic has been desecrated, and I'm hoping that will not continue in that vein. But I can say to anybody, it is our prayers that President Baka will go beyond 2029, and even 2039, he will go beyond that. It is our prayers and hope that the Almighty God will keep him, because they are agents There are demons at the doors of this country that are willing to put this country back into a bloodshed. They are believing to put more pressure on the old man so that he can give her the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency. The presidency of this republic has been desecrated, and I'm hoping that will not continue in that vein. But I can say to anybody, it is our prayers that President Baka will go beyond 2029, and even 2039, he will go beyond that. It is our prayers and hope that the Almighty God will keep him, because they are agents. There are demons at the doors of this country that are willing to put this country back into a bloodshed. The only hope is that President Baka will go beyond 2029, and even 2039, he will go beyond that. It is our prayers and hope that the Almighty God will keep him, because they are agents. There are demons at the doors of this country that are willing to put this country back into a bloodshed. The only hope we have is God to protect the life of Joseph Baka until he can save the term power in 2029, which I know he will do honorably.
The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. They old. He take Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you as president. The Omer is old. He take to produce vice president. Our prayer. When you turn to the man, the Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? Against our prayer for you to produce vice president. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. Can he go everywhere? The Omer is old. He take Kun to... No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No.
Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? He's 23 years older than is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Baka is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we get started, again, every day, non-stop, we give money out. The King's Cash giveaway. Today is 4,000. Dial star 799 star 24. Hatch, play with $1 or 70 cents. And then you can have your 4,000 going into the Tuesday, the remaining hours of Tuesday, and on tomorrow, Wednesday. Star 79 and star 24 hatch, $1 or 70 cents US. Henry Toll from Caldwell, Otakakahu from your residence, Maryland, the United States of America. Jack Foley Tombikai, Broville Bible College, Otello Grisby, GSA Road, Otello Ramsey Gatti, Batnersville Junction, your residence, William Massaquoi, Pennsylvania, the United States of America, Masari Abdullahi, JJY Community, Elisha Davids, Matadi Estate, Abraham B. Kromal, Iron Factory Community, your residence, Innocent, that's King Innocent, Johnsonville, around Sasto, Aloysius Gapu, my dear FCB brother. I got the DJ, what the DJs always say, they say, I got you. So Aloysius Gapu, FCB, yeah, my Gio Barcelona brother. They choked my neck when we met. He said, you have to recognize me. Aloysius Gapu, you are on from Iron Factory Block C community. Yeah, the transfer window is on LCB. We are taking our time. We're going to sign at most 5 players. 5 players. 1, a goalkeeper, 4 center back, and then the midfield. The list was just released before I came on the air. Adaman Kanen, Sino County, Butua town, where Golden Verulam is, and they are treating the people over there allegedly. Musa A. Sharif from Sophie Community, Congo Town, CDC, Papi, Success Keita, Dupont Road, Jackson C. Ponin, Iron Factory, along with the chairman of Block 13 Intellectual Center, Romancio Latupam, Cannibal or Rico for short, the everlasting chairman, chairman for life, down to F chairman, the chairman that is a common citizen, identifies with everybody, irrespective of your status, a diehard Jowian and sedition. Good to have you on the show. Romancio Latupa and Cannibal or Rico for short, alongside Jackson C. Ponin of District Titan, Block Titan Intellectual Center, That's Benson, W. Victor Do Community, yes, hello, what Corsia, New Georgia, Fatu Sharif, Aliyo Kruma, New Georgia Estate, Yekesin Sando, Nimlem Brooks, Toby, Anion Gate. Hey, Stigo, the great Stigo, my dear GM brother, Stigo. Good to have you on. You are a very good brother. You are a very good GM brother. Yes, you are one. Your kind is just few on earth. You are following from the United States, Stephen Coker. Okay, the names are just running down. Lawrence Harris, you are on. All of you great people, thank you all for coming on. Can run through the protocol too long, can run through all, but we'll do it as you come on. Thank you so much. We find ourselves in another day, a day that is terrible. Like any other day in the past, we are in a terrible time, just as it was under the reign of Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel chapter 3, that all of the people who could not withstand the test of time, who could not resist the power that be, even though pains were inflicted upon them, they were subjugated, they were suffocated, the economic condition was a dire one. They went through hell, or they lived in hell under the reign of Nebuchadnezzar. To survive, they had to give in, except for the few or three Hebrew brothers that said, we will not, in this economy that we find ourselves is bad up, we will not worship you. You can intimidate us whichever way you can. We will not. Look at that situation in Daniel chapter 3. It is the same today. There is no different. It is the same today. But just like the three Hebrew brothers, so we are. We face up to the reality. We are open up. God is with us. God is protecting us. Just like Sun Tzu said in his book, The Art of War. If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but do not know the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Did you get battle? Hold on. I am getting to where we find ourselves. The atmosphere is one of intimidation, threat, harassment under the Unity Party-led government. No free speech or free speech is gradually being curtailed. Opposition leaders are being threatened. Some of them have gone cold. They have silenced themselves, given what the government had said, because they don't want to be charged with treason. So they have gone cold. The few that try to be vocal, the government has resorted to another strategy by telling them that they want to destabilize, which means to overthrow, which is treasonous under the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. Meaning that opposition leader in Edwin Mervyn Snow will have to be stripped of every immunity, be arraigned before the court. His charges are read and sentenced by the judge. That when his opposition colleagues see that, then everybody will down bow and worship Unity Party government. Sophie Blamo, thank you for coming on. That's what it is. So in such a situation, I thought to share with you, and if you have the time, you can search for the book in any one of the library or any one of the street sellers where they sell books. Just move there and ask for The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It encompasses, or it's filled with politics, religion, social, economic. Every facet or every discipline of life is there. He addresses every area of life. The political aspect, I took these lines from there. And it matches, these lines match the typical situation, especially with snow. I particularly went for these lines because not only snow, most of the politicians in Liberia, they do not know the enemy, or they either know themselves or do not know the enemy. And not knowing the enemy, but knowing yourself, you lose. Because if you know not your enemy, you're going to lose the battle because you will not know how to track him down. So he said in the political passage, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles you will fight. In this situation, if Snow knew himself and knows his enemy, he will not be jittering today. If Snow knows himself, but not his enemy, he has a victory, but he turned the victory over to his enemy. So he gained the victory, yet he suffered defeat. You're getting the logic from Sun Tzu. It is not, the book is titled Art of War, but everything encompasses how you get out of difficult situation. Everybody in their life face a giant. Every single person faces a giant. The giant shows up everywhere. Giant shows up in the Senate. Giant shows up in the House of Representatives. Giant shows up at the radio station. Giant shows up in hospital. Giant shows up on the market table where the women are sitting. Giant shows up in interpersonal interaction. Giant shows up in commercial vehicles. Giant shows up in private vehicles. Giant shows up in the court. Giant shows up everywhere. And listen, the word giant is the same as the word enemy. An enemy is the same as giant. And if you overlook the giant against you, you will lose the battle. You can know yourself, don't know the enemy, and lose the battle. You can know the enemy, not knowing yourself, and then you are off. All of us are aware of the situation with Edwin Mervyn Snow. It is our first pointer, Edwin Mervyn Snow. I decided to subordinate it for the last, but given what has come up lately, I brought it ahead. So let me discuss it. Snow finds himself in a dilemma. A dilemma is a confused state. that requires the person to actually first have control of himself, secondly, how to cope with the situation, and thirdly, to come out. It is like between the rock and the hard place. And before I go further, let me tell you that the government strategy is working. Listen, my responsibility, our responsibility at this radio station is to expose you, to open your eyes, to guide and direct you. We believe in discussing the issues so that you are just like the sons of Issachar had an understanding of the time, so that Israel know what to do, so that you know what to do. We wouldn't mislead you. The government strategy is working. The government game plan is on course. It is working. It is not that it cannot be countered, but until the opposition can develop a plan, their plan is working. You know what they brought against Noah? That he wants to destabilize the government. All of us knows every one of us know in our literal self, destabilize in this context, it means to overthrow. The government said Snow wants to overthrow because he made a statement. That's why I said the government game plan is working. And you know why it's working? Let me give you one of 5 reasons. The opposition is weak and afraid. 1. 2, the opposition will not rise up as you would think they should. You know why? Every one of them have accomplished. Every one of them has something to protect. Simple. So you will hear 1 or 2 rhetorics. You will hear 1 or 2 press statements, but that is all. It's over. That is why I am looking to see whether June 7th protest will hold. Part of the government strategy is to neutralize, and they do it with intimidation and money. You saw few protests that were announced by the organizers. What happened? The government infused some dollars into it because we are in a poverty-stricken society. Anybody can fall for any dollar and withdraw. Then there is the intimidation, which they were successful in doing. Since the opposition gathered at the headquarters of the Alternative National Congress and gave that strong worded statement, which shocked the government, that led the government to come out with a threat, all of them got scared. They gone to bed. Matilda Stevens, thank you for coming on. Yeah. Certainly, Matilda. Yes. Matilda said the opposition not together. Yes. But we will bring them together. We will make sure they get together. Hope that you are faring well from wherever you are. So, snow issue is not an issue, but the government made it an issue. And the only reason is because snow has been, what's the word for that? He has been double-minded. Let me use God's word. Snow had been double-minded, just like Kekurakpoto. Snow wants to feed or look good with every government. And a politician doesn't operate that way. A politician has a side and he or she is definitive. But Snow, we saw Snow with Ellen. We saw him with Weir. We saw him trying to get around this government. We knew exactly how he gained recognition, fame, and accrued so much dollars, thousands of dollars, millions. We saw him in the Weir's administration. At one point in time, he and Weir was not close. He fought hard. He came close. We are opening up to him. In fact, I am 100% certain of this because I saw it a couple of times. Even though his party was part of the tripartite arrangement, but in gathering snow, they didn't want to put on anything CDC. At one point in time, Len Eugene Nangbe, who was the campaign manager of CDC, had to force the bearer on him, but he didn't want to have anything to do. He didn't want to because he was not convincing of himself. He didn't want Unity Party people to see him. I've been fully involved because he had some kind of desire that, oh, if Weir doesn't win, then I can find my way into Unity Party. If Weir wins, then I stay on. So, okay, this is the word flip-flop. So he was flip-flopping. That's the kind of character he is. He's in the opposition. He announced his intention to run for president, which is anybody's right. I said, yeah, I can announce my intention to run for president. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like you enter a university. When you enter a university, you can apply for graduation. The university will not stop you. It doesn't say that you're going to be in the number. It simply means you're expressing your academic right, but you have not gone through anything, neither has the time come. So that's what the Constitution says. It is a right. You can announce your intention to contest, but does it mean that the election will be held today or tomorrow? No. So because the government wasn't comfortable and still not comfortable with him, they capitalized on that statement. The statement that Edwin Snow made was, doctor, I told you the sophistication how Unity Party guys are going. They're making the maximum use of technology. If you guys who are in the opposition, if you people are not techno-savvy, may I say to you, before you can realize it, before the international community can even come in to make intervention, listen, you will have stayed 2-3 days in South Beach, and your character will have damaged. They have people within their techno culture to doctor people statements, and we're in the age. Then AI, the innovation has come. AI that you can change people's voice, you make it sound real, like it is the person, and people who don't know, they will believe it that is the person. He made a statement, and that statement was simply that he wants this government to be a wanton government, and that is not a crime. Unity Party, for the last 6 years of Weir, they said it. It became their anthem that they wanted the government to be a one-term, and the government was going to be a one-term. It was all over the place. Weir did not say this is tantamount to treason, this is treasonable, you're destabilizing. Everybody, all Unity Party people, they use that, they put it on the banner, they created all kinds of flyers. Why? Because it is democratic. Besides that, there were other things that Unity Party in opposition did that Weir had the right under the law to put them in jail. But Weir did not want it. The law was clear. Weir could have put Unity Party people who were causing destabilization, because the attitude amounted to destabilization. When you tell people go in the street, when you tell people go on outside, your block roads, you do this, and everything, they were supporting it. Is that not destabilization? It's not doesn't it tantamount to it's equated to treason? Under the law, we are had ever backing to put 4, 5, 6 Unity Party people in jail, charge them with treason and put them in jail. But he decided to keep a cordial culture. Because Weir was lenient now, Unity Party said, okay, Since you had an opportunity, you refused, we will use it against you in the opposition. We dare anybody to make a statement against this government. And listen, don't be surprised when you see the government telling you that this person has been charged for treason, XYZ, and going to South Beach. This government is ready to do it. They have shown the sign already. You don't need Daniel to come and interpret. You don't need it. And I maintain, I was always say, Unity Party target is George Weah. But Weah is not the subject for today. I am just telling you, before you get to the head, what happened? There are too many people that you will have to pass by. Unity Party prime and ultimate target is George Weah. Going forward, Snow said, keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. It's 4,000. Dial star 79 and star 24 hatch. Play with $1 or 70 cents US. So Senator Snow, or the government wants to silence Snow. The government knows how influential Snow is. So the guys, just as Samuel Doe was misled, they took pictures to Samuel Doe and say, you see this person to do this. That's what happened. Snow himself explained that. I don't know what kind of picture was it. According to him, they took the hard copy to Joseph Yeman Boakai, who has left for Ghana to attend ECOWAS 50th anniversary. There where the statement came from. According to him, they took the copy. I don't know what he was talking about. I just listened to him in the Senate. He said it was taken to President Joseph Yeman Boakai, and they told him, you see here. Now, within there now, the way they explain it to Boakai, showing the hard it made Boakai vex and told the Minister of Information, this is it, your issue a statement. After he had gone on Unification Day, see Joseph Yeman Boakai, according to him, it was arranged by the pro tem and the vice chair, the vice president, for something reconciliatory, because they weren't satisfied with Edwin Snow. So the vice president and the pro tem said, oh, look, my man, listening here that you're saying going this way, going that way, is having an effect on the government, and you know your position in the Senate, you know your position at ECOWAS, that reputable body, and the international acclaim you have had, and you saying this, you saying that, you're allowing other people, especially from the Weah camp, to say, to allow you to say this, to do that. Why it is true that you have political ambition, but you cannot be making such statement. So we will do an arrangement, or we will meet the president, arrange with the president for you people to move in, and then we can pick it up from there. Meaning, because he said today that when they went and he explained, and the president was magnanimous. Let me talk it long. Let's have a listen. But actually, it is a game plan. In the next extend to radio stations. It will extend. This country is small. When the people having a meeting, some of the people that can be in a meeting, let me say it raw, they can be in a meeting, they're not satisfied with certain things. They know that the thing that the people want to do, it will cause problem for certain people. Moreover, the people know that they're connected to certain people by bloodline or kinsmanship or friendship. So they will sneak that information out. We can get it. It clear, it there. When they finish, the second part is to get rescue environment that we're in. I beg you, yeah? Off. They were telling openly the international community to bring sanction on the government. They were telling the international community to put sanction on WIA. They were telling investors not to come. They went to Washington. We are aware of all those things. We're being here. We heard it. We read it. So the next story I'm telling you is not, I'm not second guessing. Unity Party was very clear, bold. And those things constituted the charge of treason, which we would have capitalized on in line with the Constitution to put several of Unity Party people in jail. But he said, no, we are one people. As much as they are saying this, they do not let live it. As a leader along the way, when you solve on certain things, guess what? Before you can realize it, it damages you. That's what led to some leaders. Today, they regret it. You don't be silent on everything. You don't let go everything. There are certain things you take your stand. Had we are taking stand, forget it. So what does Snow say? Snow say his life is under threat. He has received threatening message. And if he dies today, the government is responsible. Jeremiah Pierre is responsible.
It's no small charge. You either go to prison for life or death. The press release for the Ministry of Information is alluding to that. We may be young. We may be young. There may be a few senators here in the Senate. But we remember the days in this country where people will lie on people and they will go to jail and are killed. Under this political dispensation, we should not allow that to happen. I want this government to be a one-term government, and I stand by that statement. It was misconstrued. Saturday, I'm flying and I see a statement from the Minister of Information accusing me of treason, of trying to destabilize the government of Liberia, of using my connection in ECOWAS to undermine the government of Liberia. Then since that statement, if you look at my phone, the threatening messages my family and I continue to receive. My life has been threatened with a This is not politics. This is not my life. Today, I may be seen as an opposition senator. Tomorrow, any of you will be senator and opposition as well. Our constitution calls for multi-party democracy. There will always be opposition in this country. Opposition for such a statement is all over and receive calls from outside Liberia from security apparatus that I'm trying to overthrow the Liberian government. This is no small crime. I'm asking the Senate to guarantee my security, my family and our security as of today. My security is in the hands of the state. If I die today, I want the Liberian people to know that the Minister of Information issued a statement that has threatened my life, and if I die today or my family is harmed, you should be prepared to answer that question. It's not jokes. I'm asking, please take necessary action. Please conduct an investigation. And I'm only asking for two things. One of two things. Let the investigation outcome be public and let it work. Let how it went on the international wire see the outcome of the investigation. Or let the Ministry of Information retract a statement and issue an apology. All I'm asking for, I don't want any politics on this. My security and my family, and if I'm guilty for my charges, I'm prepared for this Senate to accuse me or excuse me of all my immunity and let me face the full weight of the law. If I'm not guilty, then retract the statement and then offer an apology. This is my life. My life is 30. My 90-year-old man, her pressure has been up since she heard about this thing on the radio. My entire family was hiding from my mom. Somebody called my mom and told her the government is accusing us of trying to overthrow. My mom was in the hospital. My mom turned 19 on June 16. I'm not ready to lose my mom. This is very serious. I'm asking for everything that I need, every guarantee I need under our constitution for this matter. I'm not taking it like this.
Two things here, people. One, this is the end of this. It is another drama, another comedy, another political prank in Liberia. This is the end. And here is the reason. The government is the accuser. The government cannot open investigation on itself. Neither can the government hand such responsibility, if they see it as genuine responsibility, to a neutral body to investigate. So what's going to happen is they're going to form or forge or move with perfunctory reconciliation. And that was made clear if you follow the interaction. The vice president, Edwin Snow, said he and the vice president are good friends. He goes to the vice president's house. The vice president goes to his house. They are good buddies. And the vice president wouldn't want Snow to be in this thing all the long, and his government reputation is at stake. On the other side, he is a good friend. Yombli Kanga Lawrence and Edwin Snow have been a very good friend, or good friends, throughout the years. Very good. They get along very well. Remember now when the news came out, of a plot to remove Yombli Kanga Lawrence as pro tem of the Liberian Senate. It was Senator Melvin Rivo Snow that came to her defense to say nothing of such was happening. Even if there was any problem with her, they as senators would meet her and tell her this, and then they would settle it. Yombli Kanga Lawrence wouldn't sit there and allow Edwin Snow or the people from the other side within the executive to press further with this thing. On top of it, the government does not have any legitimate claim, nothing substantial. It is just a prank to threaten and silence him. So why you think they inserted that line in their statement, using his influence at ECOWAS to undermine the government? How is that possible? Drop every other critical thinking, look at it. Now, when he requires critical thinking, how can he use his influence at ECOWAS to undermine? What is it? How is that possible? ECOWAS is just parliamentary representation. Discuss genuine issues about the region and member countries. What has it got to do with the government? How does it stop investors from coming to the country? If the president was telling investors not to come to Liberia as Unity Party guys were doing in opposition against we are 6 years ago, then it makes sense. If he was moving from countries to countries as he usually do, based on his status within ECOWAS, and telling the people, you block this, they should not come to Liberia, then it will make sense. But the man expressed his opinion, which anybody can do, that the government, he wants the government a one-term. How the man influencing his status? I mean, he's undermining the government by his influence at ECOWAS. Listen, they know within themselves, they know there are deep things that Snow knows. There are deep things that people within the government know. They know what they own. They are so or there, as the beginning can say. Yeah, that's so or there. They know what's up. So that's when Snow feels embarrassed. Listen to Snow as you just listen and watch his countenance in the legislature. Snow had given in. Look, watch Snow countenance talking to his colleagues like, oh Lord, Vice President, Pro Tem, yeah, you know me, and I beg you, this thing shouldn't go too far. You said let's settle it. That all I saw from Snow. All that thing he was talking, how he and the Vice President, they've been together long, they are good friends, he and this, they go to eat to each other's house. It's not what you say when your life is on a threat. You look in the Vice President's face and say, Mr. Vice President, you are the president of this Senate. This is the situation. I need a full-scale investigation. Going forward, I will say nothing until a full-scale investigation is open. Moreover, let me repeat that my life is under threat. And it's good that he said it that way, but he needed to say it with force. Tell him, look in the pro tem face. Stand like opposition. You already told the people that you are opposition. You speak like opposition. Speak like man. Don't be jittering. I saw the man countenance. I gave up. Snow that picking him, man. When I say picking him, I mean withstanding the test of time now. You not about the people just trying small propaganda. And watch it. That's what they're going to be running with now. What he said in the Senate. They're going to make fun of him. Tell the people, Mr. President of the Senate, Madam Pro Tem of the Liberian Senate, I stand by my position. I want this government to be a one-term government. And there's no crime, there's no law. If there is a crime, show me it under the law. I am an opposition senator. If you accuse me of using my influence in ECOWAS to undermine this government, provide all of the proof. Tell me how does one use his or her influence to undermine a government at ECOWAS Parliament? Henceforth, I will say nothing until, oh look man, how let those guys out of Liberia. They speak with authority, but yeah, you're a man and you get be more. Seeing in the place is jittery. So that will be doing it for that. But yes, the other side, then I move to this. Yeah, the other side of it. The government embarrassed itself. They think that they have succeeded in creating an uneasy atmosphere for Snow that led him to say his life is under threat and they have subdued him. No, they have created panic. They have created suspicion. They have given the people outside Liberia the indication that freedom of speech, especially from the opposition community, is not possible under Joseph Hima Boaka government. That Boaka is suppressing free speech. That opposition critical voices are being trampled, are being suppressed. And they will use the statement that Pierre released from the position given by the opposition at ANC headquarters and others before then and after that, and now Snow. These are evidences they will look at when they are releasing their situational reports on this government. So the other side of it is good for Snow and it's bad for the government. ECOWAS knows that Snow cannot do that. The people know. Right now, the people they are discussing and say, well, what is it? Why would the government come up and say Snow wants to overthrow them? Has he made any attempt? Has he done that before? Has he shown any sign? Throughout his stay in Liberia, government after government, has Snow done anything like that? The people in ECOWAS not believing this thing, man. This government, yeah. Come on. The people in ECOWAS ain't believing that trash. You're trying to have a second thought. You damaging your own government and you think that you're doing right. You're just releasing statements all over the place. You think statements helping you? You are only creating a tense atmosphere for your own self, which investors will look at it and say, no, we can't go there. What's wrong with y'all? But it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Because you know why? The opposition capitalized on it. When you think you're smart, your own plan can expose your ineptitude. That's it. That will be doing it for that first pointer. So Snow say his life is under threat. He said if he dies today, you don't want an opposition member saying that thing. No. You don't want. Put it the other way around. A government official, a unity party official, saying that he has received threat from the opposition community. You see the police director and you see 500 pickups with armed men running here and there. It is nothing. But the minister, Jeremiah Pia, will not have a clear conscience. It is not good. Let nobody say in life that you said this thing, and if I die, it's on you. I beg your all. I hold your foot in the name of God. You don't do anything for somebody to make that statement on you. I know what I'm saying, you. Me and my boss, me when we sit down, our small Bible verse there, we can see it. I want to guide us. Me, I know. Yaka. Don't let anybody say that when I die, that you. Once that statement comes out, you go all you can down. Even your conscience can be clear. God himself will put it on you. And God will even inflict pains on you. That is why he tells us there's more fear. Let us be careful not to rush to say things against people. That's why he said this life. He said life and death in the power of the tongue. Take time what you say to people, because what you say will either affect them or affect you. So Snow said when he died, meaning that expression means the person knows that anytime anything can happen to him or her. So he just gave up now and put everything and said, God, Jeremiah Pia say this, that, and so the government say at this person, I have been receiving threats here and there. I am unsafe in this place. Should anything happen to me if I die, God, I leave it in your hand. And I don't think anybody wants to wake up and XYZ has happened to Snow. I don't think the vice president, whom Edwin Snow said they are friends, Yombly Kanga Lawrence, all of his colleagues in the Senate everywhere will be excited. You need to talk to Pia. Pia will cause real problem for this government. I told you from the onset, before Pia went to the Senate, I told you that Pia can make a good information minister. Pia is a propagandist. He's not a communicator. Pia will create problem for this government before Boaka can realize it is late. What kind of information minister you cause? You write all kinds of things, accusing people, say you will take security from them if they shut up. That person wants to destabilize the country. That's your only thing there, you know, as minister of information. Now the man said when he died, that you. The man call your name, Pia. My man take time. That thing here, that one my man where is it? That one man say government will go.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions.
And the government created it.
War, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down.
And they're talking today. They're talking. They're not saying anything today.
That will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there.
Exactly. That the situation with Snow.
People are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there.
Yeah. So they say the government says Snow wants to destabilize. So they are excited because that's the interest. The government is the interest, and Snow is on the other side. So they have no time. They're making fun of it. They're enjoying it. Yes, that's true. You're 100% right.
now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away.
Exactly.
The regime will pass away.
Exactly. This is the era we're looking for.
The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay.
Exactly.
Will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. Politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. Politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. No, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. No, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. Politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. Regime will pass away, but your country will stay. Regime will pass away, but your country will stay. Regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on.
So, that's it. That will be doing it for. It's no situation. He's going through the dilemma, but they will settle it. But Pierre, as Minister of Information, be careful, my man. It's not everything you just release statement. You threatening information minister, just threatening. What kind of information minister are you? You came, you say you will not follow the pattern of your predecessors who created a hostile atmosphere. Your style of communication or unity party pattern of communication will be different. It will be one of people-centered and policy exposure of the government, exposing the government policy. But you have become more propagandistic. You are more ballistic, reactionary. No reason why the UL student soups will refer to the Ministry of Information as causing ministry. The same thing you were there, Pierre. You know, and I know, you were there with Cletus C. Asa Jackson. The only thing that you people did at that Ministry of Information on the early was causing all the opposition. Nothing has changed. 6 years you stay in America. You got all of the education, but still, nothing has changed. The pattern is still the same. You causing, engaging in propaganda. Then you get Sando Johnson there. I know, how to call him, say? Daniel Sando. Instead of Daniel Sando learning from you, the positive way, he learned in a bad way. Because Daniel Sano had not been there. So when we expect all those things that Daniel Sano would say, we can blame Daniel Sano. He had not been a communication person. But you, Pierre, you've been there. Now you see what you have caused. You think ECOWAS will believe you that Snow can destabilize or Snow can overthrow the government? You think ECOWAS will believe that thing? You're creating distraction for yourself? Or you think by doing that, then the people wouldn't know that you're doing nothing? Now, this thing going to damage you on June 10th. June 10th, you will not win that United Nations Security Council non-permanent seat. You're sitting there, you'll be doing all of these things. You don't know that you're giving edge to the other countries. You're giving edge because these things, when the people hear it, they get discouraged. What is that? So here is the next one. Then I open the line. And then we talk just a single stuff in the second and final line. So here is the next one I should talk about. Unity Party has no time. When the former Chief Justice was accused, put on trial, a guilty verdict came down by the court and was sentenced. President Bouaka came to power and released Gloria Musu-Scott unconditionally because she is a partisan of Unity Party and she was convicted under the regime of George Weah. Gloria Musu-Scott is a Liberian. Two of Liberia's citizens during the Weah's regime on a mission representing the country, not private, official, find themselves in an unfortunate situation. The Korean government accused them of engaging in illegal sexual activity. The government fought hard to get them out, and there wasn't sufficient time. Then Unity Party came in. They will always say government is continuity, government inherit. When they can't handle a situation or they just don't want to, they say we inherited this from the government of George Weah. So you have to understand. Once you take over, every other thing left behind by that government, it becomes your responsibility. Michael Owen Brown and David Tarr, Unity Party knows that. Bwaka knows that the officials, most of the guys, and majority of the guys in Unity Party government are friends with Michael Owen Brown and David Tarr. But because they are not supporters of Unity Party, so Unity Party ain't get time to even try to find out how is the condition in Korea, whether they can open the file to persuade, because they say Bwaka has the contact and everybody respects Bwaka in the international community. So that could be an advantage, because it's another way to people use their influence. And they say Snow attempted, or they're accusing or using his influence, which means you can make things happen. You can change things. You can alter decision. So that they could use their influence with the Korean government to have those two guys released. I want to believe if they were supporters of Unity Party, Bwaka would have opened that file and moved to convince by diplomatic means the Korean government to have them released. We know that because we saw it with Gloria Scott. Gloria Scott is a diehard supporter of Unity Party. The two guys, because they are not supporters of Unity Party, but they are Liberian citizens, Unity Party has no time to look at that file and say, government was trying, they were making strides, but they did not have time in the favor we want them. It becomes our responsibility now. Can the security people, whoever responsible, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and other people, open this file? Let's see what is the condition presently of Michael Owen Brown and David Tarr. The government should show concern, even if you want to know their status. But majority of these people, more Ali than Bwaka Jalibade, all the people, they are friends to these guys. And they were young when these guys were convicted. But they would never ever bring it up to Bwaka. You know why? Because it's not important to them. They're not Unity Party. Even if those guys died over there, it's not important to them. That's the kind of culture that we have. That's why you see when something happened to somebody, once you are a Unity Party person, everybody happy because it happened to you. When you are a CDC person, something happened to you, the other people happy. And it should not be that way. We have to show concern for each other. We cannot continue to live in a divided culture, yet we call ourselves a civilized culture when we're showing uncivilized behavior. That's why I thought to share with you people. Keep those two guys in your prayers still. I can tell you, I do not know their condition presently. We have not heard anything since the action was taken. But I think it is the responsibility of this government to find out, to know their condition. Who knows? What if they are dead? What if the Korean government have executed them? Even though there wasn't anything like that, they went through the normal processing. But you have to, you want to be in the know. They are your citizens. partisan sentiment. They are your citizens. You want to find out as a government, what is the status? What is this case filed from our side that we can inquire with the Korean government how the condition is, even if it will mean that we can send representative or representatives there to see their condition and come back. That's what you do as country. You show. Let us not just be bragging and acting like we're so nationalistic and patriotic, but we're so petty. We do everything on political ground and nothing nationalistic and patriotic. Since those guys mean that, you ever heard United Party people talking about it? The government should know the status of those people. The government should know a compulsory. It is not an option, not a privilege. It is an option. United Party government must know. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sarah Beslo Yanti, she's traveling all over. She's enjoying traveling. Something that, oh God. To even say, let me take this thing to Boakai attention. She met that fire on her decks. She met that fire on her decks. She's aware of it, but she dare takes it to Boakai. So it's there. The guy, nobody knows. Have you people heard anything of them? Nobody knows. They're just there. Whether the Korean government are care there or not, whether they are going through hard labor and they are crippled, they can't make it, whether people just don't know anything about those two guys. And they are citizens. They are Liberians. They don't have to be Unity Party pressing before. Hey, Ella Biba. Yeah, man. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. That's star 79 and star 24 hash. Josephus Manen says, so JNB senators can invite no one again for questioning. If it was Weah, by this time, that information minister who says that Snow, he has been invited long time. Gabriel Word said Pia is taken from the very Boakai and Kong. They are all aware of that statement. Yeah. Gabriel Word said again, Snow's greediness will put him in trouble. Yeah, he flip-flops too much. Too much. You can be like that as African politician. Learn from the guys. See the guys in Nigeria. When you are opposition politician, you are opposition. When you are a government politician, you are a government politician. You can flip-flop. God who created all, he said the same thing. You have to be consistent. But any people brought that thing again, yeah, United Party people, they brought that thing again, they say, oh, we are not consistent. Yeah? They brought that thing clean. They could not prove anything. They were just saying all kinds of stuff. Okay. Yeah. Dinah, I see you for days. You getting ready, eh? Okay. Let's go to the line. These are the two I thought to share with you using my man Sun Tzu from the book The Art of War. If you know your enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, you will suffer a defeat. Come to every battle. And that is the typical situation. That is the situation, rather, with Edwin Snow. I hope that he learns sense from this. Let's go to the line 72239933 086 30 4497. The women's line 0777 980375. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Mike Brown calling from the Chicken Supply.
Let's hear you, Mark Brown.
Okay, that chair sitting in my living room, monitor all the topic, no discussion. First thing, let me get those no issue. You see, Snow is a good politician, but if you want to play the game, you don't talk too much. Most especially when you're in the government. If you want to talk for the government, you talk for the government. If you want to if you want to talk a politician, then you do it. But you cannot be in the government. You talk so. Okay. And two again, doing we are government, people were protesting all around in this country. When you say these things, you will see them, they will get on the street, they will point tires, they will do a lot of things. But in the government, when you want to protest, then they send out criminal men with police people, they beat it on people using tear gas. But they feel that the government is one of the best government. But the government is not one of the best government, because this government, the international community looking at the government. Time will come, they will get to know. Boga is not old to go to the Hague. He's not old. When you come America, you will go there. But we keep ourselves but the Senate on the now. I just praying hard for Snow, and Jehovah Snow said, his sister, his mother, his whosoever, they left on a threat. He just on it. Because this country, people can't say things, then you just sit and relax about it. Because at night, you will see army will come to your house before they ready to go.
That's true. The government itself may not do it, but others who have been having problem with Snow and looking for an opportunity could harm. Oh yeah,
exactly true. And then Jeremiah, he took. I know why they make that lot of information. They make it fast king.
Okay,
you know when you come about something, you just say it because you want to see it.
Thank you, sir.
On a serious note, thank you, brother.
Yeah, that's true. The government put Edwin Snow in harm's way. That's why he told the pro tem and the president of the Senate, Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn, to provide him security. That his security should be beefed up. Meaning, at his house, he's not too sure. Anybody can penetrate or infiltrate his house and do something to him, even broad day. As far as he's concerned, the government has placed him in harm's way. He could be killed at any time. Hello.
Sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let's hear you. Your name and where you come from.
Sir, the poor are cleaning a tumor for their self. And so they can teach when they say they will break their heart and it will not happen, sir. Because any single people like Sino who vote for them, who put them in position, they are in a court. All kind of bad deeds, they put our hand inside, and I take care.
You went off. Hello? Hello? You went off too, Chief. Hello?
Hello?
Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, I'm Esther calling from District 11. But I want to tell you, my son, Saint Andrew, this government is very tricky and bad and wicked. Okay, they started with capital building business. After we the crazy, we talk, they went to Vinabono. From Vinabono, they went to Joel Howard Taylor. From Joel Howard Taylor, we are the same was taking security around again. Then today, that every slow. So no restoration got right to say anything in Liberia. While we are time they were running around, even going to the state and telling people that the country not say this person man I come here. That today there's no time, nobody shouldn't talk. So every slow. He will not even say when he died that Jeremiah here. He will not die. And the government will not do nothing to him because they died when they to people.
All right.
So they will not even carry their trouble to every snow. And what I want to tell Boaka, that what they say,
but you want to Boaka, but Boaka not here. Boaka going to Nigeria.
I'm telling you that he's the one left the next year. That he's the one left the next year. That's why I say we tell you not knowing yet.
Okay.
No time he fall. Zero time he fall. Now he let it through. So they come and join Israel. Say you must not die. You must stop it.
Okay.
Stop it.
I know it.
So, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, I want you to ask me a question. Let me tell you something.
No, but talking now. You're talking. I hear you.
Yeah. So, what are they doing it? But if he carried to Frankie Kufa, and he say, So everybody now he will be carrying it to when you were doing to planting, they were taking that good thing back was bringing. They're hitting all of them.
Okay.
So the opposition, they should get together and first start to what Baka doing.
Okay, all right.
We suffering.
Okay.
So I want to tell you.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, Andrew.
Yeah.
I do serious from State Street.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yes, Sir Andrew. You see what happening to you? That every performance you want is sweet. That the thing he's looking for that in a unity party, he think the people are his friends. He think that the people that they are his friends there. But at the result, every government from Taylor, married to Taylor daughter, to everything, he's part of it. Yeah. Why can't we to back out?
But at the same thing, at the statement he made, that same made Bwaka got very with him. So the vice president and Yombli Kanga Lauren, they say we'll arrange a meeting so you will go to the president and tell the president sorry, and then we can talk from there. That's the reason why he went there.
Well, that means he didn't mean why you were saying the hotel president sorry. Even get what you were saying. What I say when you not me evil, I will repeat it. Not the hotel, but because he won't be part of that spirit with Unity Party. The day Unity Party moving the party that getting there, he get there.
Okay.
I want to
okay.
Thank you.
All right. So you see where it is going now. Amin Moda, the former white commerce minister, the Lebanese commerce minister, in a Unity Party government who Bwaka dismissed, even though they say he resigned. But the condition under which he resigned, that dismissal, it was not voluntary. So, he said that Amin Moda reacting to snow. Simply, you did things to me, so that I turn you might accept it. He said, my dear brother Edwin Melvin Snow Jr., is it really you screaming foul and concern public reactions to your statement? However, when you purported malicious stories about me on Spoon and other platforms to the extent that my wife's vehicle was attacked, did you think then about the threat it posed on me and my family's safety? Or is it only expedient when it is your political interest? As a senator, your statement was threatening, not just to the administration, but to the Liberian people. You need to rescind your statement and apologize to the Liberian people, regardless of political differences and personal interest. How can anyone pray for any administration failure as if the impact will be exclusive or selective? The only way we can move forward and progress in our national politics, we need to go past such political posturing and profiteering. Former Commerce Minister Amin Moda, you see this other one? These are some of the things that led Liberia into the 1990s. You see it? People kept grush. People held things. How can Amin Moda say snow statement? Yeah, nobody can pray for administration failure. But yesterday, I can see why they took him from there. That Lebanese commerce man, they meant that Lebanese man. So in real Liberian, we ain't get time. Yeah, the man in Amin Moda, he ain't get no relative yet. How is it? Yesterday, Unity Party people on record, that was the guy flooding it. They're flooding social media with it all over now. They're playing it. How Unity Party people were saying that the government must fail. They called a campaign called We Are Step Down campaign. You know what it means when you say the certain president must step down? That is the same as destabilizing. It is the same. Yesterday, the We Are Step Down campaign, organized by Unity Party, Amin Moda, he was here. He was supporting Unity Party. Or he did not say, no, let us stop. This is wrong. You can't wish any government failure. That today is wrong. Oh, come on, man. This is Nebuchadnezzar atmosphere. then you can get vexed. This is how Nebuchadnezzar was reigning. Must God come down to say it first? So it means that anybody makes a statement about the government, what is going to happen now? Because these are some of the things that can lead to summary arrest, summary execution, mysterious disappearance. These are the signs. We saw it in the past with governments. Let us be careful, because when government ministers and former ministers are justifying, they are saying, look, government, while you're wasting time, you put him on a man, you carry him to jail. You carry the man to the court, and the judge say, there's a treason us, you carry the man to 500 years in jail because he did things to me. You see, that's how the 1990 war came. People kept grudge. Today, Mother exposed it. He said because Snow did this to him. So by his reasoning, Snow's statement is tantamount to overthrowing the government. But yesterday, he seen United Party people that in Bwaka government today, they came up publicly and said, we are step down campaign, meaning the certain president will come down. That was, they were not wishing the government failure. No. Let's stop this thing. It means there's no free. United Party is saying there'll be no free speech. I told you, y'all will see it coming to the radio station. Y'all sit down. The next statement that y'all will see, y'all hear the radio. Y'all think that phone United Party on, eh? Y'all sit down. Yaka. You think that's one thing in huh? Let's go, yeah. And take few calls. Let's go. Hello.
Hey, my dear brother, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's hear you.
As a regular caller, my city from calling from Patriotism.
Let's hear you, my sissy.
Thank you for the show. Look, my brother, there's been no free speech in the country on Bwaka. But yesterday, they were talking about we have a countdown. We understand that they will kill him and put it on a quota and drag it there for quota to the state. Everywhere the web people go say will be 110%. They were talking about America. So many men 110%. So we will be 110%. I'm not praying for the government to prosper. What to fail? The one they say, do the past 6 years. Even when the English will say, oh, you come in the for this and that, and you're not complete to it. But you can work around the 4 years and come back and make a change. If you're not doing it, maybe the poor go after you to make you want it. Like come on, pay. The recording is there, and I
okay, my sissy.
So why he afraid? Who he afraid of?
But there's no. My sissy. My sissy, there is no reason the people should get jitter by what Snow said. If you are doing well, you will stay on. The only person that can get afraid that the person who not doing anything. If you are doing well and somebody say you'll be there or wanted, then you leave the person and let the people see your work and they will elect you.
Yeah, because you see the way we let him, but you do nothing. They when I say they want to give you angry. Don't get angry about that. You say the local will say it to you, but oh yeah, when you don't pay. Yeah, when you don't pay. Yeah, then you pay 100,000 who are moving from there. Because the people are crying too much.
Okay.
When the guy arrest me, they say, oh, we say we arrest you. I want to arrest you for that. Then they pay.
All right, my sissy.
We crying out what they play. Am I hearing that?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling, my sissy. Have a nice day. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, call off the radio. Call off your radio.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. This is Eddie Kale. I'm calling forward, preach. You see, these are the things we're talking about St. Andrew. Then let's say Brian for issue that is not fair running here. It's so unfortunate, my brother. If you are going for what else, you be a friend. If somebody says, may you want to why the issue? So you're addressing the bread and butter issue, you left it, you're running the snow. Are you serious, person? But for your opposition, what they were doing in place, say Andrew, even the father, he said that if the government know the election, the people of that will be the end of that bill. They never charging for treason, they never accusing.
Okay, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you for putting me in the
Thank you. When Dillon sat here in opposition, supporter of Unity Party, He said it was stone we are convoy. They should stone we are convoy. You know what I mean when you say you're stone a president convoy? They sat on here. None of them said that was wrong. Listen, history has a way of repeating itself and justification for the present. There is nothing you can do except you want to kill people. That's the only way. Except you want to start with snow. But you did it in the past. Who have it. That's why people putting it out. And God said, do unto others as you have them do unto you. Yesterday it was wrong. Oh, yesterday it was in Liberia. Eh? Yesterday was not a human being. The rest of the people in the country now, only unity party people human being. They should not say anything. You think that's the best way to govern? In fact, they're not governing, that rulership. The atmosphere that is being created is rulership, is dictatorship, is despotism, is tyrannism. You can create a hostile atmosphere, intimidate people, come up with all kinds of things. The next thing, they will start moving to radio stations. And I will not be surprised because that Joe We Are station, and so the next thing, they'll say, let's go to Joe We Are station quick. Let's shut it down. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Hello.
You on the air, Chief. You are on the air, my man. You're on the air. Once the person says yes, hello, it means you're on the air.
Raspberry community, capital Babas.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, oh, that said okay, and told Joshua that Joshua be a one-time president. Why did he do? No, maybe studies know that, I don't know. They call themselves politicians, but they are so
Chief, your line is cracking, not too conducive. Sorry. Hello.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, let's hear you, man.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
I'm Tewa Johnson, calling from Global. Thank you for the show, man. I'm not calling to thank you for the thing you just to come to us to get a good news to us. I will tell you thank you. Then you never the woman, nothing they get to offer us. Yeah. So even one any show.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. Hello? Yeah, you went off.
Senator of this county, and as the rescue light of this county and of the rescue mission, we will take the issue of drug seriously in this country under the administration and leadership of Joseph Nyema.
First thing, our economy is in a septic tank. It is in a complete state of disarray. And anybody who's coming to seek to revive the economy, I was not convinced. Mr. Talu did not convince me. He did not impress me that he can do it. First thing, our economy is in a septic tank. It is in a complete state of disarray. And anybody who's coming to seek to revive the economy, I was not convinced. Mr. Talu did not convince me. He did not impress me that he can. First thing, our economy is in a septic tank. It is in a complete state of disarray. Our economy is in a septic tank. It is in a complete state of disarray. And anybody, our economy is in a septic tank. It is in a complete state of disarray. Ajit Bana was there when the president unconstitutionally nominated, did not wait for Senate confirmation, then went ahead to appoint and commission an ambassador to America. It was a constitutional violation. Ajit Bana was there. He did not advise the president that it was legally and constitutionally wrong. Ajit Bana then just said around the president, he is one of the masses that can get tired and get doing muya muya. Anything the president says, get doing muya muya. The masses that can get tired and they get doing muya muya. Around the president, he is one of the masses that can get tired and they get doing muya muya. Anything the president says and wants, they give it to him. It comes across as though these are some of the people who say that I'm a business to advise the man you have this president.
You are a gang. I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. This to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
This is the current senator in opposition then. Down to the ones on the president, Joseph Yema Boakai, I will be playing it. He called the president gangster at that time. But today, if a politician in opposition say one term, it becomes treasonable. You know what I mean to look at a sitting president calling a gangster? When Boakai is described today, people get vexed. I know anybody describing Boakai now, forget it, you disappear. Because that's the atmosphere Unity Party creating now. They threaten the people after they made their position. Some of them scared. They remain silent. Listen, the goal of Unity Party is to keep the threat on going all the way into 2029 because the goal is to neutralize WIA. And you can not neutralize WIA without neutralizing first the people around. You think that this is a game plan? And you sit down over there, you call yourself opposition, you see these things happening. One of your kind is being treated this way, and you're certain nobody can release a statement, nobody can attend any press conference. But I can understand because everybody now, everybody, they just, that's how it looks. So we'll play. So, yeah, the next one. Senate, the House of Representatives, they wrote the Senate saying the Senate should recognize Richard Cohen as Speaker. You see, prank. This government is just a fun, fair government. I know they will come for all when we describe them. Because I heard looking at you, be careful. We who on the radio, we are careful too. Our life is at risk too. Yaka. Because if you say something in the government not satisfied with it coming for you. The only reason for Snow Power didn't go yet because Snow that big man. And all of them know Snow that a colleague. But people then like, oh, forget it. You might they will just bring about 2 pickups here and say Kings FM say they want, King FM said I want, they lock the door. Because they're looking for some kind of opportunity. This government, there'll be no free speech. Nobody should say anything about Boakai. So if you want to exist in this country, just praise the government. You lying, you saying true. The idea the government wants to be flatter. So just praise the government. But deep down in your heart, you don't get time because you want to survive. You don't want to be intimidated. You don't want to be harassed. You don't want to be cornered. You don't want to be threatened. You don't want your existence to be cut short. So you praise. Couple of weeks, months, I've been talking about it. But still, you're hard to learn. You're hard to pick up. Sorry to say, I'm not being disrespectful to you people. But that is the reason why God allowed us. Martin Luther King said, one of the reasons that God has allowed us to live in this period is to see what is unfolding in history and guide the people going forward. How must God come down and tell you that this is how it's going to be in the tribulation period? This is a clear picture. For those of you who don't know how it's going to be, this is it. Those of you who can read the Bible, that area you see. So when you say anything against the king, and the king, people then find all that is not good, you finish. That's why they put the 3 Hebrew brothers in the fire. They say why they did not bow to worship. In this time, if you want to survive, bow and worship Unity Party. Speak good of them. Flatter them. Say anything. Oh yeah, Unity Party is a good party. They've been working. The party will stay there for 3 years. For 16 years. The party will stay there for 25 years. Then you can survive in Liberia. Nobody will threaten you. But when you say anything about the president, yesterday Yesterday, when Yaka Kolba was cursing all over the place, it became heated. When President Weah said that if anybody insults the presidency, will not walk on the street. These Unity Party people, how did they take it? Every night then, oh, we are there, we are saying one. You see this man, this country is uncomfortable under the man. They're all kinds of stuff. But when they say sting, everybody should accept and say yes. So right now, everybody worshiping Unity Party. That's the atmosphere they've created. If you are a sedition, you disguise yourself. Disguise yourself from attack, from somewhere arrest. Because even if you're in taxi, don't talk politics. If you're in your community, you can try somewhere, but you should know how you're doing it. If you are outside, as a sedition, I can advise you, be careful. Because that is the situation the government has created now. And once they get to know that statement as made was not right, and they get to know that you are a sedition, forget it. So only Unity Party people now can talk freely. And that will take me into the hypocrisy of Liberian politicians. That will take me to the hypocrisy of Liberian politicians if they are. I don't see them as politicians. Over the years, I have always referred to Liberian politicians from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time to Weah time and now that they are gullibles. They are not politicians. We don't have politicians in this country. We have politicians in other regional countries and European countries. We don't have politicians in Liberia. No! Nobody should ever believe, not because they use the expression politician. No, we don't have politicians. Politician is a grounded, well-sophisticated, character-driven individual. A politician does not trade his character for money. A politician, a grounded politician, a politician of stature does not flip-flop between money and party, money and president, does not trade. Over the days, what we've been hearing, because Joseph Yima Boakai in power, everybody saying they regretted why they supported Weah. Even God in heaven himself will laugh at you. It means that you are valueless. It means you have no integrity. Because Boakai in power now, that Boakai controlling the coffers, and you want survival, so you need to sing praise unto the president, so the president will call you. Listen to them. Listen to them all the time. They're saying they regretted why they supported Weah. Because we are not in power again. But when Weah was in power, Weah was the golden ball. Weah was the best person on earth. Weah was the greatest president. Weah was referred to Mr. President. Weah was praised all over the place by these people. I can see why. If you have not understood Jeremiah 17 verse 9, if you know that Bible verse, that a yes so, that what God means. The heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can discern it thereof except the Lord? Oh yes. No, Frank Tume, I'm not making the people scared. That is, I'm explaining the science. That's what they call science. Science, chief. That's what they call science. Right now, with this thing that happening to opposition members, oh, come on, man. Tume, drive that team, my dear. Yesterday, it was okay. Today is now okay. All of them. I'm reading the people post. I'm listening to them on radio stations, telling how Weah government was this, Weah government was not that. They regretted why they supported Weah. No, you should not say that you are regretted. Nobody forced you in Weah government. Nobody, absolutely. You people aren't children. You people are men and women. Nobody forced you in we are government. Neither did we are himself force you people. You saw the need to get into the government, and by whatever the procedure to get in, you got in. We did not coerce anybody to be in his government. You needed the government job, and you people are Liberians, and we saw you as qualified, competent, capable Liberians, and he created the right for you people to serve your country. So it wasn't about we are. To come and say that you regretted why you serve in we are government is to say that you are hypocritical, and that's that hypocrisy you're showing to the Liberian people. It was not about we are. It was about the Liberian people. We are was the president of Liberia, leading the country developmentally, and you came on board to help him. It wasn't his personal initiative. If you were part of we are's personal organization, we are can't be part of the organization, and for whatever reason you're not there, and you say, I regretted why I was part of we are organization, which was personal, then it will make sense. But it's about the country. It's about the country. I mean, this radio station, we're helping AB to get it right. I get out. Then I say, I'm regretting why I went to King's FM. No, it's not about. The institution is national. It's national. It is not AB's personal property. Either AB had, when you say that, then it makes sense. So it was about the country. You can say you regretted why you were in CDC government. You say government. You don't say we are personal property. You are not working in Wea's house. You are working as citizen capable with the qualification to serve your country. Because the government of CDC is out and Bwaka is in, and you think that everybody will accept you, they will look at you in the government and say, yes, today you're saying that against WIA. Tomorrow when Bwaka is off the scene, when Unity Party is not in power, you will say the same thing. You say, oh, we regretted why we work in Unity Party government. We regretted why we work in Bwaka government. And then you call yourself a human being? Take the politician from there. You aren't a human being. I advise you people who are doing that to stop. It is never good when you leave an institution or when that institution no longer exists to come up with damning criticism. It is not good. It is a curse. If you know, some of you from the Islamic faith and the Christian faith, I don't know much about the Quran, but I know about the Bible. And that is why God said, don't do that. Even that's why he said, if you are ill-treated, leave it with me. It is not for you to say, because I know everything. It is not how you gain political favor. No, you don't use other people. You don't use a person attempting to pin or painting the person bad. The person isn't bad, and no amount of painting bad a person can make you get the recognition of another person. All over, all the people, I don't want to call names, but I see them. And I will be constrained to call names. That one they call Patriotism. Let me tell you, whether you like it or not, most of the people who putting out these jumbo gibberish, it was we who made them, it was we who brought them to prominence. It was we who gave them life. God first, we are second. Who knew Patriotism around here? Mariama Fofana, that said she go sit down on Voice of Wologisi, Kisi Radio, to get Bwaka's recognition. And the other people, let them say because they're not really of substance. But I'm just telling you, it is never good in life. If you are a Christian, don't do that. If you are out and you want to go to another place, just like we say in Liberian 10, when your wire, you go there. But don't come up publicly. It is not good. You're not sounding normal. It is mental deficiency. It is complete mental delusion. You are sick. You are pathological liar. It is not how you get the recognition. I can never ever do that. Today or tomorrow, I'm not at Kings. I will have absolutely nothing negative to say about Kings. Because you know why? One day I have the opportunity. You can never tell when life will shift you or bring you back. There are people who left government because of their quietude or quietude. For whatever reason, they got back in government. They never said any damn thing about the government. Who knows the future? Unity Party bragging that they will go for another 6 years. Who knows? CDC said the same thing. Did CDC go? No. Unity Party is saying the same thing. Can they go? Who knows the future? They may not. And CDC comes back. Then you can start praising. We are as a good man. Working, we are government. We are did this for us. This man is a good man. You have to stop doing that thing. It is not good. You people, that's not how politicians go. If you are poor, if you are poverty-stricken, having misuse all of your money from government, just sit down quietly and press your button so that you will get something. Moreover, these Unity Party guys are guys who are exposed. They know the politics. They know the childishness because they're not politics that they know. They know now that people are just saying these things so they will come in because it's rough on them. Let's Sandro Johnson there. And Sandro Johnson said what he could say. And Boaga getting job. What the other men that went and made us, they put him on the other side. So Mariama Fofana and the other people now, they think they say, oh, but our guys got something. So let go. So you know what? It is good. But it just concerns your future. Probably it is the way you can get job. But you don't have to go the route that you go. So since it is the way to go, they seem to have told you people, praise the king. Your majesty, live forever. You bow to Bwaka. You praise the president a lot, then you will get job. You don't have to condemn. You don't have to say, pin we are as the bad man. When you do that, God himself can close doors. There are too many people in this country and in this world with that. They fought. They didn't get it until they die. We did not do anything to y'all. We was the president. Y'all came in as citizens of the country, capable, got all the qualities needed to help your country. And you came on board. You would not talk about your performance in the government. You see the mental illness. So if you say you regret it, why you work in we as government? So you should be equally saying, what did you do? Tell the country, what did you do in we as government? What difference did you make? The sector that you are in, whether you are in the legislature, whether you are in the executive, what did you do? Because even if somebody wants to bring you in, it is not the person's concern who was a president, who wasn't. But what did you do? What is your CV? What is your performance CV? It's not to say you regret it. While you work in we are government, then it is understood as a CV to get employment on the other side. No, it's stupidity, it's childishness, it's too mediocre. You stop that way of thinking in this country. You stop that way of thinking that is the way you can get back into government. Oh, come on. Yes, it means every day you're talking about it means we are is good. It means we have made impact on you. But you people are just ingrate. And an ingrate is a condemned, a cursed person. You can't tell me the life that you have today, God first, we are second. We have brought you on board. Today, Bwaka taking all the seditions. Yesterday, we are saying whether they are seditions or not, it doesn't matter. They are Liberians. They have families at home. They need to go. 12 years, Ellen said, Papa got to carry plastic bag home. Papa wasn't carrying plastic bag home. We are Papa carrying plastic bag home. Most of you here were excited. We are gave your life. Some of you people were at the brink of death. We are gave your life. We are took you to positions that this country got to know you because of we are. Some of you people, you say you were supportive of Ellen. 12 years, Ellen did not give you a single water to drink. You people were at Scarlington. We saw some of you here. That we came and put flesh on you. Instead of just remaining mute, lobby your way into government, then you saying, we regretted why we support CDC. You're not doing it to we are. You're only telling the rest of the people in this country or telling the country how you are ingrate. And curse is upon you. I hope that you can remind me. Let me show you the verse to that in the Bible. Then we go. What kind of people that so? Yeah, boy, we regret it. They tell you we are even got time for you. We ain't got time for you. Now we are house you people work in. So that nonsense you're talking will regret it. You think that hard work will get your job? Yeah. You think that hard work will get your job? You better change that style. They're not politicking there. That childishness, being very childish, very childish. You can be big and you be childish. It is not the structure. It is not the size. It is the mentor. Me, Sam Andrews, for whatever the reason, I in King's FM. Then I go send them because I have the opportunity or I want to go to another radio station. Then I say, King's FM. Then I regretted why I went to King's FM. God should struck me dead right on the spot. That ingratitude get many people, they're suffering today. Some of the people, the frames under the ground, that ingratitude gets some of them there. Some of the people who are poverty-stricken, badly poverty-stricken, that ingratitude. No reason why our culture is like this. And you call yourselves politicians. You people aren't politicians. You people aren't. First thing, a politician is grounded. He has a solid financial status. He doesn't flip-flop. Even if a new government comes in and he supports that new government, he wouldn't condemn the past government. He will come up with innovations to help the new government move forward. And the past is the past, so that would not be his priority. He wouldn't go on talking about the past government. You watch your friends out of this country. See how your friends are grounded. You call yourself politicians. You people are just greedy people. High instinct, high obsession, your trade, your character for money. Your trade, your character. Look at most of the people what are sending them, putting them in petty area. Say, oh, go, you're responsible for training. You're responsible for this. When in we are government, you are at the echelon. Your status was up to date. Look what Boga sending you. In essence, the president saying that you people lost your essence of value. Since your thing liberal culture, when you shout and scream and yell, don't get you job. So go sit down there. Go sit down to the chicken poultry. And you don't got option because you want to survive. You want to be seen as being in government. You stop that thing, oh. You stop it. You're into it. You're promoting we are. You know that you're running campaign for we are. You know. Amen. So let you go pull your bag in the classroom to teach you. Sorry to say, not being disrespectful to you, but some of you, you're showing a low level of education. Low level. I can never ever leave an institution and condemn that institution and say, oh, I regret it. Why? You think that how you get recognition? People know that you are ingrate. Some of you don't know how these government officials, they discuss your in unity party. All I want, look at that job she's looking for. That now she know we are government was not good. And as the government she was in, why didn't she leave the government? They discuss you like that. Valueless. That now you know, because we are government out there, that now you know the government was good, or when the government was existing, it was good. But because the government is not there again, and Bwaka there now, Bwaka controlling the coffers, so you regret it. You curse. You curse. And you have to be careful because the curse might go on your children. I know it because I see it in the Bible. You have to be careful. You stop. Some of you ain't know the words that you use. That's why God said life and death is in the power of the tongue. Sometimes the thing you say of other people, it can affect you. It comes back to you. You call yourself politicians. And you say because we are not there, is I regret it. Who get that? But you recognize it. Look at the other man. Your lost essence and value. Jaha Costa lost essence and value. Costa went to all the political parties. He praised all the government. He condemned all the government. He went to them. He fed on their crumbs. Today he say he defending Bwaka. Nobody get time for him. That has some of y'all ain't not looking. Y'all be careful. Y'all stop those things. That's not how you get job. Let it not be the pattern in Liberia where we condemn, then we're going to get job. It's hypocrisy. And hypocrisy is curse. It's condemnation. Show your substance, your worth to get in. Don't use other people as a trump card to get in. The people that will know how you got in. And they will not trust you. They will not believe you. Because when something happens, you will go out and condemn just as you did the person you condemned before coming in. And not only for these politicians, people, everybody in life, wherever you find yourself, whatever the situation, whatever the institution, don't tread that route. When you are out of that institution, just leave it. And just say, God, I am out. I do not have a job. You know it. I look up to you to create an opportunity for me. And right there, God will give you an idea. God will send somebody across your way. That's how some people got job. They just, by coincidence, say, oh, I see you for long. Where you been? Say, oh, yeah. Then person said, but what are you doing now? I say, I'm doing nothing. Oh. Say, oh, you doing nothing? You sure you doing? I say, I'm doing anything. Oh. I just been hustling for something. Say, okay, come along, come to my offices and show you my number. Come on, let's sit down and talk. That's how some people got. And right there, that's how God can work. When you see that God working right there, He opened doors at the time you're not expecting. And you know why God would do that? Because you never condemn anybody. You never condemn institution. What did the Bible say? That God sees the heart. There are some people here, they condemn people, politicians, or everybody. God said when you get job, they anger. They go from office to office, from place to place. All of the contacts they make, all of the phone calls, walk around, use transportation. God said it will never happen. And it ain't happen until they find themselves in that box called casket. When we're using that verse in the Bible, Hebrews 13:8, when we're using that verse, you know what that verse means? The same God that existed in Old Testament time, the same God that existed in the Old Testament, that the same God existing now. Meaning, the same way He punished people for ingratitude, the same way He cursed, the same way he killed instantly, the same way He made poor, the same way He made rich, that the same God, the same way He doing it today. You look up 1 Samuel, I think it's 1 Samuel chapter 6, chapter 2, 6. The same God is there. When you're using Hebrew, when you say Hebrews 13:8, when you're saying that what it means. You have to be very careful what you say. Don't condemn any institution or any president or any director or any manager or any supervisor simply because you are out of that institution. Never ever you do it. When you are out of that institution, just say, Lord, I'm out. And you know it. The rest of it unto you. And right there, God will know what to do. But if you go condemning, the same God that existed in the days of old, that the same God today, the same way he cursed, the same way he inflicted pains, the same way he turned people into leper, or leprosy was on them, the same way he came out with different diseases, the same way he allowed people to suffer, the same God that made Nebuchadnezzar to eat grass, walk naked in the street, and he ate grass. That same God doing it today. You see some people suffering 24/7 in this time. They're suffering. You see some people, they're sick from hospital to hospital. Money available. Doctor say we can't see nothing. You go to the other hospital, doctor say nothing. They go out of the country, doctor say you can't see nothing. They go to traditional people say can't see nothing. The person just suffering and suffering and suffering and suffering. That God insists inside. So let me tell you, as a Christian, and I can brag about it because I see it in the Bible. Don't condemn people. Don't criticize people because you're not there. You want to go on the other side. What did the man say in 1 Samuel? 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6. That's what the man said. He said the Lord killed. God can decide. God can say, oh, so you work in, my son, we are government. He not bother you. He gave you life. You sustain yourself. The good life you are living, it was because of me, him, through me. So because he out now and Boaka there, who is also my son too, you criticizing him, you will not see anything of Boaka reign. You will go. The same God can say, I will make you poor. There, y'all look it up. The same line is in the New Testament. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6. It said the Lord killed. The Lord make alive. The Lord bring down to the grave. Meaning the grave was for the dead. Meaning he can kill. That's why it started first. It said the Lord killed. He can decide. Say from today you will not stay on the earth. God killed plenty of people in the days of old and in New Testament time for being ungrateful, for talking back to people, saying things to people who, like what people do today. Oh, we are government day. We are going to regret it. And we are not days. We are not there. No reason why the government crumbled. That man, he will never come to power. Y'all be careful. If you are a Christian, know this. There are two sides. There are two sides to every existence on earth. There is the existential, which include every other thing, human, and there's the spiritual side. Nobody on the earth is without the spiritual side. Meaning God is over all of us. And God says, you be careful. You're a Christian politician, be mindful what you say. Be careful. All right. So what we are now? All right. Okay, let's go. Let me turn to you, man. Who all have written? I'm saying long comment, but you can call to her to have your say. Let me see. Who all have written? AC Makia. Okay, yeah, Kawa. Okay, Peter, one day. Hello.
How are you, brother?
Cool. I'm cool.
Thank you. This afternoon, you are doing a great thing. You know, and by any calling from right here from meditate.
Yeah, let's hear you, Ernest.
If somebody was in someone government, you are moved from there, or the person not in power, then you say that you condemn that person. What was your work when you were in that government?
Exactly.
What was your
That's the concern.
you did to upgrade that government?
Exactly.
These are ingrate, brother.
You don't do that. Even you are Muslim or Christian, you don't do that. And you compare, I want for them to compare Buaka and we are together, the person that get good clear heart. Buaka was sitting down and two of them get in the year 2017. President, we have won the election. He told his family they carry what or gave for Buaka. And Buaka won election, he won for the people to even exact in the or we are, but that go holding in now. Okay, so then you compare that two person, you say the mayor government was bad and they want good because you're looking for a job, you are favorite or seeker. And tomorrow again, if the other person comes, then you will say again, oh, I'm regret why I was in Buaka government are the same thing. That's the ingredient. I mean, you don't know even God.
Yeah, okay. The Liberian culture right there. You must condemn. No, you must condemn the next person to get job.
I was the other president. When you say that, I will not give you job.
All right.
I used to really admire. We are say,
exactly.
Those that want to criticize me, you make me stronger. So in the other government, scared of listening when you say anything, and then they start chasing you. Then that means they will not be stronger.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Yeah. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Victoria Bakwe from Jersey. You know what I've been saying, Andrew? But we are the way the thing happened that God make it for President also you can see the people that are around that they know. We need to tell President that say all the people that are around you, they now the people that are around you, take pull them down, start them, move them for the people that are right, they now go. They are in your interest, we will tell you, but you need to be listening. Well, 10 years, you need to be listening. The people that voted for you, when they tell you, say the people not correct, they want offer. Listen to the people.
Yeah.
I think that the people that are Buaka now, they don't let Buaka.
That is
but
true.
The people that offer that talking say Mr. Buaka, you're not proceeding good. You listen to them, but when you say tomorrow, that the same will go back and say,
okay.
And we say Buaka don't listen to us. Buaka not correct. You come not correct. That's the people that we are going to say we are going to go.
That is true. Okay. Thank you.
They will not trust them.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, that is true. You see, Daniel Zianga, I taught on that Sunday. Daniel Zianga, we saw him as a trusted person and made him, gave him the position that he had all through. In less than no time, when Buaka took over, Buaka hauled the man close. So there were people who operated in disguise. And as a leader, you can know. You can know just from the immediate decision they made. Less than no time when I saw that thing, I said, But anyway, we did everything for the state, not his personal self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at Johnson calling for tomorrow. So the issue is still there. You see the government has to say this on other platform. The government is trying to scapegoat on the bread and butter issue. Because people are suffering, people are dying for hunger. People using Gary now for rest. They put the lay beans and then waste it on the Gary and eat.
My man.
People using.
People
conclude. Using. Hello?
Conclude.
So people using Gary for rest. And the government is scapegoating all the traditional issue by raising it all. And they always in the habit of using political tactics to jump. Now they are jumped from traditional issue to yellow machine issue. That they are to tactic to scapegoat on the bread and butter issue. The Liberian people are suffering. Children are not going to school. Businesses closed. As you can see, Era supermarket is not closed under the Buaka regime. People out of job. The government is not paying attention to the real issue, but instead of that, they play politics with the Liberian people. So thank you. Why would judge them?
Okay. All right. I mean, thank you too for calling. Not easy. That time it's up to you. I think I talk much. Yeah. Okay. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm Josh Kanaka, calling from Petri Bolova. The only thing I want to say to tell Liberian people, we should stand and because I scared started the Pope trying to do, so we have got to stand and we shouldn't wait for 2029. We should stand and go and pray that with the July 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what I got to say.
Yeah. And this advice not only to the opposition, but every individual member within the government is influencing most of the online media platforms, not really strong. They fighting for recognition. The government knows and understands the vulnerability of vast portion of the media sector, and they know that the vast majority of the media sector are not exposed. That is, they have not had the opportunity of getting out of Liberia. They want advertisement. You know, the government is the biggest when it comes to that. So what they are doing is they are influencing most of the online platforms. If you look at their right out, you'll see that they are consistent against the opposition and leaning more with the government, which is the right based on their policy, but it is having impact. It is one of the things that led to this situation. You know that I can name 4 different institutions that did that, but it would not be right. Let them continue to do it. One day it will go against them. That means the very government will take an action against them. They intentionally took Snow's reaction out of context, and they even went and took the voice and doctor it, meaning they play with the voice in a way, because when you have that app on your phone called AI, and I think there are other ones, they have several, but AI is the leading one. So I am talking like this, and they can take my voice and it will sound, or they can create the voice, artificial voice, but it will sound natural. And you will say, oh yeah, that Sam Andrews over there, that man in here, that man. And people, even somebody who is technically savvy or informed, even if the person says, no, the voice here, as much as it is sounding natural, I'm sensing that it is unnatural. Something happened somewhere. The rest of us say, oh no, you lying. That man, as we can see every day. That same man you there. Oh, that be there. You can say the high be can talk. The high Israel can talk. That AI will make the people, you will sound natural, but it is artificial. That's how it goes. They talk the man voice, they doctor it. And that was sponsored by the very people. That propaganda now. I am saying this to tell the guys in the opposition to be farsighted. You can leave yourself vulnerable. No. The opposition has to step up its game. This is a serious fight. Unity Party isn't waiting for 2027, 2028 before the battle starts. Unity Party has started the battle, the resistance and opposition against CDC of any comeback. If the opposition cannot be in full, if they cannot have that synergy, meaning being together, strong holding together, then CDC, as a former ruling party, has to stand on its own and stand strong. Because you have to come up with this different strategies to counter. You have to come up with different strategies. Use every means available to you. Who told you that you can doctor them too? The only advantage is they have the power, they can lie, they can threaten, they can intimidate, they can harass. Maybe that's the only thing. But the same way they're using media institutions. Like one of the papers today reported that Edwin Snow resigned from ECOWAS. Instead of the paper saying that Edwin Snow was in Sweden, and when he heard that, he cut short his visit to return home given the urgency of the moment. So the paper ran with it that Edwin Snow resigned because the government say he's using his influence at ECOWAS to undermine the government. So since that is a pro-government paper, or the paper wants to come alive financially, it carried the story as saying Snow resigned from ECOWAS. Meaning, so the paper was portraying it in a way that he has left ECOWAS, what the government is saying, that's true, so he resigned. These people are very crafty. Oh. They are very crafty. Unity Party propaganda is working. Honestly, I cannot sit here to pretend because I see it. Their propaganda is working. And if we don't step up our game creatively too, listen, they're going to overpower us. They are working. The game plan is in full. But guess, here is it. We can counter them. Just as they are knowledgeable, we are knowledgeable. It is a warfare. You always go ahead of your enemy. We can counter them. They're not extra. No. Okay. So where is my man Sun Tzu? I started with the man. I should close with the man. So Snow say Unity Party wants to remove him from ECOWAS so they can send their people there. That's why he said, sit down. They both remove Onatikova. When they finish with you, when you off ECOWAS, they will turn to Ta Wombe, Mema Briggs Menza, Samuel Enders at that place. They will bring up something against them. The goal is to get Unity Party people all over. All over. That is why the opposition needs to stand together, hold together. I've always told you people this thing. God doesn't need to come down to say, what Sam Andrews is saying, that is the reality. You hold together. What did he say? A house divided against itself. What's going to happen? The house will crumble. The house will not achieve its goal. What he means also, if the house is united, the devil, the enemy, cannot penetrate. And that house, that institution will succeed. Because when the enemy is unable to penetrate, then the enemy is defeated. That's what God meant. If the opposition cannot hold together, if they cannot build a strong synergy, if they cannot be supportive of each other, and they just leave themselves, everybody for himself, the enemy will penetrate and disorganize that house. The goal of any enemy is you don't exist, because when you exist, it will affect them. The government is intimidated. The government is afraid. The government is scared by the presence of the opposition. So in order to keep the opposition powerless, let's do things to set their house on fire politically by dividing them. That is the strategy. And just as I started the show, I will close with it. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. What did he say? If you know your enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. But if you know yourself, but do not know your enemy, for every victory gained, you will suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. This is a good piece for the opposition. In this context, from Sun Tzu political advice, the opposition or the enemy in this situation is the government. So if the opposition don't know their enemy, but know themselves as opposition, they're going to lose. If they know themselves as opposition and are holding together, have a common reasoning, and know themselves, or if they know their enemy, which is the government, and know themselves as opposition and holding together, then they need not fear 100 battles the government, their enemy, will bring against them. But if the opposition know themselves, but they do not know their enemy, which in this context is the government, and know is the strategy, every victory that the opposition will think they have gained, they will suffer defeat. But if they know themselves and know their enemy, they will defeat the enemy. Thank you very much, Sun Tzu. Please get a book. It's called The Art of War. And there are too many things you can learn from it going forward in life. Thank you, all of you. That's all the time we've got to be on the show. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. The news is on at 6 at King's Newsroom. You want to join us for it to get the latest developments. Too many things happen just when I was coming on the air, and the news team was putting those stuff together. So you're going to get a full package. Listen to King's News at 6, and then at 8 this evening. Hey, what I write in the way they say the point of when the broadcast reloaded, the guy's keyboard is saying, yeah, it would that be easy? talk show hosts. They say talk shows will turn the night upside down. They say spoon talk, class reloaded, face the issues. Meaning these talk shows in the night, they take over the entire country. At first it was only 2, and of the 2, everywhere you pass, face the issues. It be weird. You go in a small corner, the man there, you go in a small corner. Then you had how to call our man a spoon. Then the guy there say, yeah, already we can hear what ear you turn so that it be weird. You turn on this other side, that Stanton. Yeah, they take over the entire country. Everywhere face the issue, spoon talk, face the issue. Then class read all that. Can't go, man. The man say in the near part of 20. I see you. So from 8 o'clock, Teacher Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. William. It's here. You don't want to miss it. Thank you ever so much. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. I'm Sam Andrews. Shalom.